Hi everybody, this is Joyce with windingwaytarot.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the Queen of Wands. Below this video there's going to be a little link to a printable that I created based on the character sheets from Dungeons and Dragons. It's in a blog post on my website called Role-Playing the Tarot, and it's a method that I think you might find helpful in expanding your ability to associate with the court cards. The printable can be used for any card in the tarot, but I had specifically designed it for this period in time when I'm going to be going through and reviewing the court cards for you. So today I thought I would focus, I'm sorry if I didn't say it already, the link is going to be down there below the video for the blog post. And the blog post will have a link to the Google document that you can print out for your own use for free. Okay, so today I'm going to be starting out by talking about the Queen of Wands. And I'm going to be using two cards as examples. The Queen of Wands from the ViceVersa Tarot and the Queen of Wands from the Waite-Smith Borderless Edition. So let's start with this classic here. This is the Queen of Wands, and around her we can see symbology related to the fire element and Leo. So we can see her lions, and the fact that the Queen is related to Leo, that's one of the reasons that I use her to signify myself in some of my readings, because I'm a Leo, but I also have a lot of the traits and characteristics of the Queen of Wands. It's just a part, it's who I am. A lot of it is. There are some circumstances in which I'm more the Page of Wands, but overall the Queen of Wands is the card that I use to signify myself. Now we can see she's holding the wand. She has her black cat here, her lions on either side of her throne. She's holding a sunflower representing her ruling planet. We can see that there is a little clasp holding her cloak. It looks like it could be either a tiger or a fox. It's kind of hard to say. And kitties, please be nice. Thank you. Don't be naughty. It's after breakfast time and the cats are being a little nuts. Be good. Thank you. In her throne, we can see some fiery lion symbols and more sunflowers. And behind her, we see that she's in a hot, arid environment with those could be pyramids in the background, and they could also be more stylized versions of sand dunes. I'm not totally certain, but it's definitely given me an Egyptian kind of vibe. So in our ViceVersa Tarot, we see a very climatically different environment. She's sitting in what appears to be a jungle with this green, beautiful living light filtering down through the branches upon her. She's holding her wand, and it's sprouted little leaves. And she is seated on a throne made of, it looks like roots and vines twined together. She's wearing the bright colors of fire, the orange and the red. Her hair is this brilliant, beautiful red. She has her bare feet resting in the deep, lush green grass. And this represents the life of the queen within the world. In the ViceVersa Tarot, this side is going to represent the outward characteristics and traits of the Queen as she's interacting with the world around her. That side is more of her internal life, and we still see her throne of entwined roots and vines. We still see her wand rising above the front of the throne with the green sprouts. We can see a glimpse of her robes of fire. The green lush grass is still surrounding her, but now the picture changes when we move out into what she is seeing. What is she? Well, she has her eyes closed. I'll show you that on the other side, but she is facing into this mysterious world, this place that we don't know. Is it in her imagination? Is it on some other world? We see this beautiful statue rising up into the sky beside her. It looks ancient. It looks full of mystery. You don't know where did it come from, who created it. She's also looking into this landscape, this misty, secret landscape in front of her. The sky, although it's blue and it looks welcoming, there are clouds and like a foggy mist hanging in the air. It represents the things that are not yet known or not yet clearly seen. Okay? And if we look on this side, if we can get it to focus there. I'm sorry if I can't, but I'm trying. Her eyes are closed. She's upright. She's giving off this air of intensity, and her eyes are closed, and she is facing straight out at us, but she's inwardly focused. All right, so those are our two images of the Queen of Wands. There are so many other representations of her that vary according to the artists and the deck creators' interpretations of the Queen. But what we're going to talk about today is the rather standard meanings that are associated with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands tends to represent an individual who is mature. They are centered. They are people of action. They tend to attract people to them. There's some a lot of the texts that you'll read about the Queen of Wands include the word magnetic, or she has a magnetism. So she has an attractive personality. And also, I want to say at the very beginning here, I keep using the word she because the queens in this image bring that word into my mind. However, the Queen of Wands does not necessarily represent a woman. This is an individual of any gender who exudes an energy of action and creative passion and artistic ability, and they are nurturing. They are the warm, protective parent figure who brings to them not just not just their own children, but they are they're very nurturing to all people and creatures and living spirits within the world that they encounter. So, not necessarily a woman. Also, the queen doesn't always have to represent an individual at all. The queen can also represent traits or characteristics or behaviors that the seeker needs to address or modify to either be more like the positive aspects of the queen or to avoid the more flawed, the more shadowy side of the queen. So on her light side, we have her, their creativity, their spirituality, their search for understanding and knowledge and wisdom, their boundless interests in the endlessness of the world within and the universe without. On the other hand, the traits that the queen might be less proud of would be things like jealousy or a quick temper that can get out of control. It can flare up like the fire and consume the things around her and or them or even themselves. There can be, when the queen is not balanced or not pursuing her world with her truer nature, there can be blockages of these energies that form her. So you can have a selfishness and a callousness and even a coldness as that fire is slowly extinguished because she's avoiding her true nature. They are avoiding their true nature. Forgive me for having such a hard time. As I said, not necessarily a woman. So, I mean, we have our standard version here of the queen with all the imagery that those of us that have studied the writer Waite-Smith, or in this case the Waite-Smith decks, we're familiar with. But I really, really like the imagery in some of the more modern cards, and this force within nature, but who is looking inward, that just really resonates with me quite a bit. So you can tell why I like to use that deck on a day-to-day kind of basis. Whatever deck you choose, do take into account the imagery that the creator of that deck provided you with, but also do take some time to dwell on and mull over the classic meanings and representations of this Queen of Wands. She is a lady of action. She makes me think of someone that you could go to with any question, and if she didn't know the answer, she would dive in there with you, and because she'd be just as interested in finding the answers. She would be your new study partner. So that is my take on the Queen of Wands, and I hope it's been helpful for you. And if you have a different perspective on the meanings behind the Queen of Wands, feel free to leave those in the comments below. And I hope to see you again soon. Maybe next time we'll go over the Page of Wands and then continue working our way through. If you have a suggestion for who you would like to see after that, let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Joyce, and this is WindingWayTarot.com. Have a beautiful day.